Greetings everyone! This video we made to demonstrate how different cryptocurrency platforms like Bitsgap make it possible for absolutely everyone, regardless of the pocket size and experience, to create various automated trading strategies to generate returns on a cryptocurrency market every single day. We will compare Bitsgap, 3Commas and Bituniverse in terms of navigation, variety of risk management tools, analytics transparency, and number of cool features that each of the platforms offers to us to maximize returns and secure return. We will focus specifically on a simple and yet effective ready-made algorithm known as grid trading. In this strategy, the bot places buy and sell orders at a certain regular intervals above and below a predefined base price within a selected trading range. To compare platforms and to find which one is the best solution for both beginners and experienced traders, we will simultaneously launch free grid bots with identical parameters. We will also take advantage of as many risk management and profit maximization instruments as each of the platforms can offer. So let's start with Bitsgap. First things first, we need to check the balance. It is now worth 426 USD. On Bitsgap, there are two grid strategies available. So the S-bot is optimal for the sideways market, whereas classic bot is for the rising market. Let's assume that I anticipate the market to move sideways. So I'm gonna stick with the S-bot. The next step is to define the trading range for the bot to follow. I'm gonna drag the upper price lower and the lower price higher. The bot trades only within this area. Now, I'm gonna paste a round number to the investment allocation box. We're gonna type 400 USDT. So it turns out that 400 USDT is not enough to launch the bot with current settings, so we need to either increase the allocation or simply decrease the number of grid levels. The cool thing about Bitsgap is that it can automatically adjust the settings to the right one. And here we go. 31 grids is the maximum for 400 USDT allocation. Stop loss is a must to have a limited risk in case of a downfall below the trading range, and since Bitsgap has this risk management tool, we will make sure it is on. So what are other tools that we have here to maximize our returns? Trading up is a perfect one, which will move all my grids up if the price of Bitcoin goes above the upper limit price. In other words, if the market goes higher and makes new higher highs, then my bot will follow the rally 24/7. The next platform is Bituniverse. The balance is 431 USD, and in grid trading they offer AI strategy, which offers a certain configuration based on current market conditions, I assume. The AI suggests is actually not the one we need, so we're gonna make a custom configuration. So what I can do, I can just copy paste the parameters from Bitsgap to make it faster. But this is where it gets a bit tricky. Profit per grid. At Bitsgap, our investment allocation is 400 USDT, so we need to make the same allocation at Bituniverse. Turns out that 0.0004 Bitcoins per grid makes up a required balance of 400 USDT as displayed. Stop loss is also available at Bituniverse, which is great, and let's set it at 28,000 as well. And finally, the third platform is 3Commas. At first glance, the interface looks fairly friendly. Let's now check the balance. Turns out I have both USDT and BTC, and apparently 3Commas also has two options to choose from: the AI and manual configuration. And again, the trading range is not exactly the one we need, so we will switch to the manual mode to configure everything ourselves. Copy-paste parameters. They require you to set a profit per grid, so we're just gonna take it from the Bituniverse. Let's now check if the estimated balance is exactly 400 USDT. No, it's not actually, for some reason. So we will try another number. Okay, this should work finally. Notice that at 3Commas they don't have a stop loss, which is extremely bad as it exposes us to a higher risk compared with Bitsgap and Bituniverse. This might be the reason why some traders would not use 3Commas GRID bots. Anyway, time to simultaneously launch all 3 bots. 3Commas, here we go. Bituniverse, done. It asks me to buy BTC, okay. Same scenario on Bitsgap. Speaking of full transparency, I instantly get a notification about the market fill order, which is not the case for Bituniverse and 3Commas so far. At Bituniverse, we still have some troubles with the bot. Let's refresh the page. Okay, great. Now let's check out details. Well, what I totally did not expect to see is the total sum of only 373 USD, even though you all remember that we launched it with 400 USD. That's disappointing. Moreover, the interface is quite confusing and makes it hard to figure out what the bot is actually doing. Anyway, let's switch back to 3Commas real quick to find active bot. And here we go. My grid bot is right below the chart. Interesting interface which depicts only closest buy and sell orders, but not the whole picture as on Bitsgap. What I see here is a wait price. Oh, okay, so it turns out I had to click on another button right after I created the bot to finally launch it. That is quite confusing. Why would I need to double click to enter the market? Not sure. So we need to buy 93 USDT using the Bitcoin that we have on this balance. Okay then. And finally, we are back in the game. So where do I check the details? I assume we need to click on somewhere, but I can't find the right button yet. Maybe this one. Oh, okay, cool. Here we can see all filled and open orders, the exact price and date. Unfortunately, you cannot filter the columns to see only, let's say, buy orders at first place or only filled orders. What is also strange is that the lowest buy grid is at the price of 29,024, even though we initially set the lowest price at 28,828. Let's compare 3Commas with Bitsgap. We need to go at bot options. Here I have a separate section for only open orders, and here I can also filter the column to see only sell order, for example. That is great indeed. Notice that the lowest buy price is exactly the one I initially set. That's another extra point to Bitsgap. At Bitsgap, we can also see failed orders in a separate section. The cool thing is that it takes into account the fee we paid for execution, which the system takes into account to calculate the net profit. Notice that at Bitsgap you can switch off or switch on the trading up whenever you need. Same applies to the stop loss. You can change its value or remove it. Speaking of cool features, here is a daily and hourly return chart to monitor the performance. You can use this data to make future projections based on past outcomes. On a chart, you can also see the exact price and date when the bot sold or purchased Bitcoin. We had our bots active for almost 20 days. Here is a first snapshot of all bots' performance at the end of the first day since inception. Then 2 days passed. 5 days passed, and we can clearly spot that the price of Bitcoin breached the upper limit price that we set for all bots at 34,700. This is when the game changed. At Bitsgap, we enabled trailing up instrument, which follows the rally automatically, and that is why we can see the bots still trading in the new range from 32,000 to 38,500. Whereas at 3Commas and Bituniverse, trading halted since they don't have a trading up. 10 days passed and the price dropped from 38,000 down to the lowest price of 32,000. Since 3Commas and Bituniverse have the upper limit at 34,700, bots continued trading. New results are following. Bitsgap almost 7.55%, Bituniverse 10.8% and 3Commas 8.21%. And the final day. 20 days passed and the results have slightly changed. Bitsgap 13.71%, Bituniverse 10.77%, and 3Commas 8.21%. Though it is crucial to take into account that the only valid return you see is at Bitsgap, since the number is net of all fees, whereas at Bituniverse and 3Commas, fees are excluded, meaning that the real return is much lower. Alright, what you've been all waiting for is here, the final results. The first column represents the investment value we allocated to each of the bot. The next column depicts the final investment value by the time we closed bots. Returns displayed on each of the platform, and the most interesting column, which is the calculation of the exact return with fees taken into account. Notice that since Bitsgap deducts fees automatically with each bot's transaction, the actual return is the same as what platform indicates. However, at Bituniverse and 3Commas, fees are excluded, so the actual return is less than the one displayed on platform. I mean, yes, Bituniverse has this option to set the fee percentage when you customize the bot, but that means you have to know the exact percentage for the limit sell and limit buy orders on a concrete exchange, so you have to Google it, which takes some time. And we know that in trading, time is money, right? Here is another snapshot we made to demonstrate the trading path. What you can clearly spot is the initial trading range that we set from 28,800 up to 34,700. 3Commas and Bituniverse were trading only within the selected trading range, whereas at Bitsgap, we enabled trading up, which takes advantage of the growing market, and hence the bot is able to follow the rally by moving the trading range higher. This was the option only for Bitsgap, since there is no trailing on Bituniverse and 3Commas. What you see now is the final summary. At the very beginning of this video, I mentioned that we will compare platforms in terms of navigation, transparency, risk management, and profit maximization tools. So all these topics fully covered. The last part to cover is additional tools. One of the greatest features that Bitsgap developed is basically the backtest. This tool allows you to stress test any strategy before risking your real money. The point here is that you select the strategy, cryptocurrency pair, you set the amount of grid levels, you define the trading range, and you can backtest this trading setup to see what would be the return if you would have launched the bot, let's say 2 days ago or 2 weeks ago. So you click on backtest, and here we go. You see the exact performance, the price at which it purchased and sold the crypto. All the metrics are provided here. Also, you can change the date range, let's say from the 3rd of February until the 17th of February. And here we go, 15 days result. So yeah, that's exactly what makes Bitsgap to stand out. Another cool feature is the demo mode, which implies that you have virtual money to trade with. So no need to risk your real money. Discover the right strategy for you, develop the best one, and only then start trading with real money. The great thing about Bituniverse and 3Commas is that if you are an experienced trader and moreover you never traded grid strategies before, then here they have fully automated strategy for you to follow. It defines the trading range automatically, profit per grid, and investment which you can adjust, which is also true about Bitsgap. Let's say you don't know which crypto to trade. There is a recommended strategy section. Let's just select Sky to BTC, for instance. And here we go. You see, automatically this system defines the trading range for you. And now you can just adjust the investment. If not enough, then adjust grid quantity and you can start the bot straight away. To learn more about automation and different strategies that you can use, go to blog, trading bots, and here we have articles related to grid trading and what are the ready-made strategies that you can use regardless of your experience.